Dad Lounge is a member of the Lounge Media Group. Well, that was the wrong intro song.
I saw the Thanksgiving draft thing up there at the top left too.
You started worrying, didn't you?
I was like, oh, I'm not even prepared for this one.
Sam was disappointed with his draft, so we're gonna do it again.
Oh yeah, I won. I'm sorry, I won. I showed
The
you
redraft.
Yeah, the redraft. Anyways, welcome to Dad Lounge. I'm a sandwich, as little Matt said. I am between two Matts since Lance isn't able to be here today. I'm between two Matts. Gentlemen, how are we today?
I'm doing wonderful. I don't know about little Matt, but I'm on top of the world right now.
I'm a little angry with sports at the moment, so.
Yeah, and Big Matt, you have a reason to be kind of upset too, but you know what?
It's neither here nor there. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
We learn from this and move on.
That's right. That's right. For those that don't know, Big Matt is an Ohio State fan. Little Matt is an Indiana sports fan when it comes to pros, but then he's a Notre Dame fan when it comes to college football, and he's not very happy.
Also Indiana.
You're an IU fan too?
No. Notre Dame's also in Indiana.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying across Indianapolis, Indiana Pacers, that. But when it comes to college football, you're a Notre Dame dude.
Oh yeah.
So you're kind of salty, huh?
Yeah, I've had a few conversations.
Well, that's interesting because conversations off air, we were talking about various things, and something came up right before we hit play. And Big Matt, you are a teacher, so you get to enjoy snow days when they have happen, or cancellations. And we're supposed to be getting a little bit of weather that comes through, and you're talking about getting the text message or whatever that says don't worry about school tomorrow or whatever. Do we remember how we used to look for delays and cancellations? Back when I was growing up, I would also always listen to the radio to hear them announce the morning of. It wasn't on TV. They didn't have the little scrolly bar on TV. You had to listen to the stinking radio and just hope that eventually your school got on there.
And I don't know about you, but I would always change the station to see, hopefully this one had my school.
Which channel has it?
Well, then they had specific times they read it at too. So then you had that down to a science. And actually, one of my best friend's mom was the Amy in the morning. She was.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She was Amy in the morning. So we always were relying on Amy in the morning, and I remember being mad at Amy in the morning if she didn't cancel. It was
like
not
it
her
was
fault, but
completely
it was
up to her.
Yeah. Not her fault, but it was her fault.
That's right. Yeah. We had to listen to WMEE, which was in Fort Wayne, and I grew up in Butler. And Butler's a little small town that's almost in Ohio on US 6, and Fort Wayne is the second largest city in Indiana, about 35 miles away. And I'm like, do they know the weather here? Because I want to make sure, like, I'm sitting here I didn't understand the concept of, the superintendent had to call it in, or whoever the contact was had to call it in order to, I didn't understand that concept. I was just like, hopefully they know that, it's bad here in Butler too. Yeah.
I was trying to remember because, I'm locally, it was Bob and Tom always on the radio when you were waiting on the bus. And I'm trying to remember if you had to not listen to Bob and Tom, you had to switch to another station, because I don't think they cut it. Maybe they cut in on the 15 minutes.
Well, and don't they, it's been a while since I can see Matt moving down. I was looking at something else. So he's below the logo. It's been a while since I've listened to it on Q95, but don't they have like a 3 or 4 minute intro before they go national of local?
Yeah, but I don't know if they ever read or if they did like the news break type thing.
Yeah. I wonder if they, well, you're in Q95, we're going to put Bob and Tom on hold while we read
exactly.
read the Bob's out there smoking cigarettes, waiting to get back on the air. Well, and I don't know. I went to, my school was named Eastside. Well, that was the high school. And I always just assumed we were Eastside School District. So I always got really ticked when I didn't see Eastside. But my brother and sister educated me very quickly that our school district was DeKalb Eastern. We'd already been on delay for like 45 minutes, and I didn't know it because I didn't hear Eastside, so I was mad.
We're way up in the D's, guys.
Yeah, it's right. It's not that far away either, D and E, but I was just DeKalb's on there, and whatever DeKalb Eastern is on, but why aren't we?
You had to cycle all the way back through.
Yes. So finally, luckily my siblings were 8 and 6 years older than me, so they knew a little bit more about the process rather than me trying to figure it out myself, because I don't know that I would have. I would have been walking to school in knee-high snow without an understanding.
Well, I was gonna say mine was South Madison, and so it was like South Baptist on the corner. And it was like, wait a minute, was that my school?
Now here's a question: have you ever gone to school thinking you had it, but there was a delay?
Mine was when the bus got there. I knew.
Oh, okay. You're a bus rider. Ooh.
Yeah. So I was listening to the radio, and I figured that the bus would be the one to tell me if it got there.
if it's true.
Hey guys, we're having school. Okay, I'll be in a second.
See, I'm from a family of educators, so like we always were kind of in the know. Now, I have been at school since I've been a teacher, getting ready for the day, and then they cancel. So I've been there.
That's the neatest thing. And I had that happen to me a couple of times when I was working at Eastside. I'd driven, the 20 minutes from my home in Auburn to get to Butler, and I knew we had a delay, but we were getting close to where I needed to come, so I went in a little early. And I'm just working away, getting ready for the day, and all of a sudden, oh, hey, we're canceled. Great.
Yep.
So turn around, drive 20 minutes the other way, just go home.
We have a bunch of teachers that will commute from suburbs outside of Columbus up to Kenton. So
wow, that's a big commute.
Yeah, so we have a few teachers from Marysville and a few teachers from the Hilliard area. So they'll come up, and there's a cutoff. Usually we know if we don't get a message or a call, typically by 6 at the latest 6:15 in the morning, that we're not delaying. And then on the flip side of that, that's usually canceled before 8 or right around 8 if we're gonna cancel. That way, for the buses and everything like that. But I know that we've had teachers that they really pushed up to that limit, and they're like, you know what, it's not that bad down here. So they just started driving up, and next thing you know, I was like, well, we're canceled. And they're at school, and they're like, well, I'm not going to drive back home, so I'm going to stay here for the day anyways.
Wow. So they got to work day in anyways.
This is where I live now.
Yeah, I live at the school. Hey, by the way, did you guys move into your school yet?
Oh yeah, we are in. Yeah. We are now. What is this? See, on it, we got canceled last week. Day one of the new school got canceled.
Of course.
So, no, this would be day 5. So we were there last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and
got Monday. Internet.
And today we did have internet. We are rocking and rolling. We had internet. And they actually adapted pretty well. So it went off better than I anticipated.
That's always a nice thing.
Yeah. It is. It's different. We had our first band and choir concert last night and tonight in the Performing Arts Center.
Okay.
So they worked those kinks out. We will have our first home basketball game tomorrow night. Our girls play at home tomorrow night. There were some. It was supposed to be last week. There's some issues with the gym.
Yeah.
So we had to. Actually, it's supposed to be the week before last, but we've had some issues with the gym that are now been fixed. We think.
Now, are they tearing down the old school then?
Yeah. So the middle school, they are tearing down completely.
Mm-hmm.
That's old. It's probably about 100 years old, and it was going to cost a lot of money to refurbish it and stuff like that. I'm glad my girls got the experience of going there. But yeah, that one's coming down. And our high school, we had pretty much had like, I'll just call them wings. We had 3 wings. There's like an A wing, a B wing, and a C wing. Like the A wing was the main office, the gym, band choir rooms, cafeteria. So that's a little bit of bigger wing. And B and C were like the academic wings. So the B and C wings are coming down.
Okay.
And then they're going to keep A wing, and that's going to become basically our board office and our central offices. And
because it's moving from cross town, then is what.
Yes. And then the gym will become our middle school gym, I believe, is what they're going to call it, or it's now known as the central office gym, officially.
Okay.
So
right. Gotta love.
For me, it's the old high school gym, but now it's the central office gym.
Gotta love advancement, right?
Yes. Now there's some traditionalists out there who think that the schools were in perfect condition and that we didn't need them, but at some point in time, you need to move on and change. And
well, and that's what I was going to say is sometimes sometimes things would be fine for a while, but at some point it needs to be replaced.
Dad Lounge is a member of the Lounge Media.
Sorry, I hit a button.
Good Lord. Dad Lounge, brought to you by Dad Lounge.
I don't know what in the heck I did. I must have accidentally skimmed over it, but and now I have my train of thought totally screwed up. Just like you said, sometimes you just got to pull the Band-Aid off, and it needs to be done. We're gonna do it, and in 5 years, nobody even thinks about it.
Yeah, and we were kind of at that. I mean, we had kids, like our rooms, we didn't have air conditioning, and certain rooms had it. Certain rooms had it, certain rooms didn't. But I know that there are rooms upstairs that were like 92 plus. Like we had thermometers in the rooms during like August, and they got warm. They got really like 92 plus with no air conditioning and barely any airflow because of the way the school's positioned. And
there ain't no fans that are gonna fix that.
No, so
I was gonna say around here we had problems of overcrowding, so they had to get trailers out back before they could build new schools because of all the new houses being just thrown up everywhere.
Well, we had trailers out back for middle school too. So.
Yeah.
And then we had like some satellite schools we were using for like our nursing program and some of our computer programs as well. But it was time, and I'm glad we did it. Now it's just getting used to the new normal, if you will, and used to the barrenness of the walls for the time being until we were able to officially give our school some character. So
we just bare walling it right now.
Yeah, we have to bare wall.
Did I freeze, or did you guys?
I think you must have. We were talking.
Yes. So no, but we're trying not to bare wall it. He's frozen again.
Yeah, he's got a great look on his face too.
Yes, he's all confused.
I need to just take a picture of this and send it to him. Oh, there you go. Here we go.
It's really windy there in Bluffton tonight. It's cutting out his internet.
There he goes.
I don't.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I hope if you're listening, you're watching the
Lord
video, because this isn't very good radio, but it is great cinema.
I don't know what in the world is going on, but geez. It's okay. Love technology. Now it's doing it again.
Is he speeding back up for you too?
Yes, but this is a great look. Tremendous look here from like
see, at least this one is, at least the way he's looking there is respectable. That was a good
he looks kind of astonished.
This stinks.
The first one was dumbfounded, and then we got a little bit of anger, and then we got astonished. Now we have disappointment. We just need to get screen grabs of all of these and put a shirt of Sam's different.
Like, I can't believe this is
I don't want to speak because that'll give me a different.
I hear you now.
Now you're good.
I don't want to speak because of the look on my face that will happen. Good Lord. I don't understand why. Let's see if this helps. I know I'm going to go away for a second. Yes. Okay. Does it work now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you are good.
No,
Yeah?
we cannot.
Okay. Shut up. Jerk.
No,
Well, I had it on 1080 and the quality of camera, and I had to back it down. So hopefully,
well, that
just
happened to
took
me
it was just
in my
that one
master's
spot too.
class.
In
When
your
I was-
masters.
Yeah, when I was teaching the master's class, like the last half hour, we were going over case studies, and anytime someone would talk, like they could hear me, but they would be freezing to me. So I literally had to like end class and like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I had a couple kids who were like continue the conversation to go on, and then I was able to. I had a backup plan, and it ended up working out. So, that happened like week 3. So week 4, 5, and 6, I had a backup computer set up at a place with faster internet in case I cut out. So,
Well, I was going to say, Sam, we don't need to see your pores, so you can cut it down just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know what it's been. I'm also one that has like 8,000 tabs open, so the higher quality of video I run, it bogs down. So I closed a bunch of tabs down too. So that's why maybe it's working. Plus, I pulled the quality down. But we do have a little bit of a dad topic. Since, the whole show is tell me I have kids without telling me I have kids. Matt, little Matt, you brought up something. When was that? Last week? End of last week? Was it that you shared that? Or was that this week?
That would have been last... whenever the Spotify Wrapped came out. So
okay, so yes, Spotify Wrapped. So those of you that don't listen to Spotify, you didn't get a Wrapped, but like Big Matt, he listens to the Apple music, so he got, what was it called?
It's called Replay.
His Replay. It's basically the same thing as the Wrapped from Spotify. And Matt, you shared a screen grab with us, and what can you just tell us what your top 5 songs were?
Number 1 would be Do the Spidey. Number 2 would be Swing and Smash. 3 would be Happy Spidey Birthday. 4, we got a little switch up on it with the Mighty Pups. And 5 is Dance Mode from Bluey. But I will say this. Out of all of the songs from all of the shows we watch, the Spidey songs are done by Patrick Stump, who is the lead singer of Fall Out Boy.
Right.
So it is tolerable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tolerable.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. The 500th time, it grates on you a little bit.
Well, yeah, that would be after you, because you know how kids are, they'll listen to it over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
But you know darn well that you weren't the one that listened to all those. And the age range, you have young kids, or at least one young kid that's listening to your Spotify all the time.
Yeah.
To be able to ransack your top 5 like that.
Well, and I messed up myself because I started listening to some audiobooks, which really, really messed over my my music. So she had a head start.
So when you were using Spotify, you were listening to audiobooks, so it really ruined what music would be played normally. So I got you. So with mine, you can tell I have teenagers because I most of the songs I have are mine. On here anyways, I can see 4 or 5 different ones that I'm like, I know I didn't play those because I don't even know who that is.
We're old enough. There's artists we've never heard of.
Yeah, absolutely. It's sad, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. I was told I should know who Benson Boone is. I don't know if I do or not, Big Matt. I don't know.
You should know who Benson Boone is. I mean,
I should.
Could you sing something?
Yeah, sing a little tune for me.
No, I hung up those shoes a while ago. I am not the Benson Boone.
But he shows up on number 6 in my list because I'm looking at my top songs for 2025, and it's not just the first 5. He shows up in my list. Then I've got I was telling you that What's Up Danger. I don't know who AJR is, but evidently I'm pretty.
You should know who AJR is. Tom.
Yeah,
Maybe I do know, and I just don't know the name.
I can't think of any of their songs, but yeah,
Bang Bang Bang, I believe.
I have Bang as the
that would be
the song that's on the list here.
I was going to say they're kind of a dorky band, but
they're catchy. It's a teenager focused band. My niece went to a concert of them, and so my daughters kind of know who they are.
So my point is I might know who that is, but I don't. Like I might have heard, but it's like kind of like, hey, do you know so and so? I don't know, and then I see the person go, yeah, I know that person. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I know "Shut Up and Dance" by Walk the Moon, but I didn't play it very. I may have played it once in all of 2025, and it shows up in my top my top songs.
You're talking about those songs you wouldn't change on the radio, but you wouldn't ask to play.
Correct. Yes.
Once every 3 months and you're fine.
Yeah, absolutely. But these are getting played, more times than how about Happier by Marshmello and Bastille? I don't even know that song.
Good song.
Yeah,
I don't even know that song.
Catchy.
Sam, you must be the oldest of us all.
I probably am. But that's how I know I've got kids, because I'm like, what in the world? Like last year there were more that were on the list that were theirs, and I just played the Wrapped playlist. You know how they provide you with a playlist? That's what I'm looking at right here is my playlist, my Wrapped playlist. And I'm like, I don't even know, like the first 5 songs I heard, I didn't even know what they were.
I got the message from the artist, and it was Patrick Stump, and I'm like, thanks.
And see, I got Bare Naked Ladies, my message from my artist, Bare Naked Ladies. So I was fine.
Band or the girls?
Yeah, the band.
Oh, okay.
So I'm happy with that, because that makes sense. But I'm like, Big Matt, how many of your songs are actually yours? All of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you get a personalized one for just you, since you're on the family thing?
This must take. I think some of my iPads are still hooked up to my account. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of Forrest Frank. And we all went to watch the concert and everything like that. And I do the FCA at school and everything like that, so I have a playlist for FCA. However, I just went through my first 40 songs while we were talking here, and 39 of my 40 songs are Forrest Frank. Which
obsessed much?
And yes, you're right. Good music. Good music, but
yes, and so and I'm scrolling down the list because it gives me 100 songs. And as I scroll down the list, there's more Forrest Frank, and then I got some Brandon Lake, some Elevation Worship, some Josiah Quinn. So like, I'm okay with this playlist right now, and in terms of like who's played, and like it makes sense, but it's like, did Greta and Willa and Stina and Adela really listen to that much Forrest Frank that it got played?
Obviously so.
I'm gonna guess some people fell asleep with them going on.
That could be too.
Well, no, actually, the funny thing, the number one song is this album called Peace. That's like piano music with Ocean that we play to help the girls fall asleep in the background. So that's the number one song because it's like literally played every night. But after that, it's legit. Forrest Frank are the next 39 songs.
So you're saying if it weren't for the for the good night sound, the white noise sound, your top 40 would be Forrest Frank?
Actually, yes. I think it would be because song 41 is Maverick City with Chandler Moore.
I'm just glad it's not,
there's a random Metallica song in there. I don't know how Metallica mixed in there, but Metallica.
Which Metallica song?
Yeah, which one?
Yeah, which one?
Apparently, it's The Struggle Within.
Oh, okay.
Not the song that I would necessarily play, but somehow that got played in there. So,
and it made your top list, like.
But then it's Forrest Frank, Elevation Worship, Forrest Frank, Elevation Worship, Brandon Lake, Josiah Queen, Brandon Lake, Forrest Frank. Sunday, Forrest Frank.
So we now have 3 examples, very different examples too, as to tell me you have kids without saying you have kids. You just read off. I don't know. Mine's the weakest one because my kids listen to music because I know some of it that they've listened to is the music I listen to. Not all of it, not even a huge percentage of it, but a decent amount for kids to parent ratio music, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to stay in line with what I can play during class that's like catchy and not going to get me like papers and pencils thrown at me. So,
or phone calls.
Yeah, or phone. Yeah, so I think the got to be clean version. And actually, 90s music, honestly, kids are a fan of the 90s music.
Oh my gosh, they should be. Oh, I don't hate 90s music as much as I used to.
90s was great.
No, it wasn't.
That's when everything. That's when. I mean, yeah. What the 70s was probably rock, and then you got the 90s had rap and pop country.
And rock. They did good rock.
And I mean, they did have rock, but it was mostly like different. It was like alternative, and
it was 90s was alternative rock.
Yeah,
the alternative
grunge.
Rock decade.
Yeah, but you had the. I mean, that's like the golden years of rap, and probably the initial country. That's not. I had 4 walls. I puked on 3 years songs.
Yeah, I've never been a country fan, huge country fan, but oh, Matt had to run away.
Was that a dog? Did he have his garage door going?
Probably, maybe so.
I heard something. I was kind of doing the old.
It wasn't my dogs. It wasn't your dogs.
No, my dog's 15 and 16. They're sleeping.
They don't bark anymore.
No, that's a little too much high energy for them to bark.
They're like, if they bark, they got to go take a nap.
Yeah, I'm just excited when they realize that I'm actually home sometimes. Like,
you walk in the door and they're like, oh,
yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
They're almost like
you were
cats
gone.
now. Yeah, they're almost like cats now. They're like, oh, you're here. Do I have to wake up now?
Great, thanks. Did your garage door go off?
No, I think the dog heard us talking, so
yeah.
He was.
That's our garage door, is what we say.
So I the room that I do this in, the garage door is directly beneath me. So whenever Maria would come home and open the garage door, the dogs would go nuts, and I have to get up and let them out. So every time the dog's barking, I'm like, the garage door's coming up.
So we just carried that forever and ever and ever. So when your garage door goes up, it's your dogs are barking, and you've got to mute yourself.
So I do have a quick question
Good to
though.
know. Good to know.
Along these music, do you have any shows you just watch with your kids, kind of out of? Let's just find a show, guys, that you actually ended up liking.
When the kids were younger, let's say it that way, because we've got 3 that are in high school, and they've got schedules that are insanely crazy. So we don't eat dinner often during the week together. We will occasionally, but not very often. And we used to do it to where we would eat dinner for a half an hour, basically, and we would sit in the living room with our little tables, and we would eat watching a show. And it was normally when it wasn't in season and we had some stuff recorded, like America's Got Talent. We found that was pretty family friendly most of the time. It was Malcolm in the Middle.
Which they're redoing that.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're bringing it back. The youngest kid is not in it, but that's the only difference.
He quit acting, period.
I think he's,
from my understanding.
I think he's in like Harvard or something.
Yeah, he completely got away from acting after. Are they going to write Dewey out?
No, they have it. They already have a cast.
Oh, so it's a new Dewey, but the rest of them are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Malcolm in the Middle was the show that we kind of always watched. Now it's we don't get a chance to watch TV together anyway, so we have Sunday either brunch or dinner together at the table. So we don't watch much TV together anymore anyway.
We don't either. Luckily, my daughters like sports, so they'll watch football with me, so or something like that. But if we do have a show, it's like not quite America's Got Talent, but we do watch The Voice. The girls like The Voice, and the cooking shows.
Oh, yeah.
Hell's Kitchen. Well, I'll watch that with Bree, and Joe will watch that with me. and Bree, but that's about it for that.
See, we
shows wise.
Well, you see, we had nothing else with Stella for 3 years there when everything was shut down. So I mean, we watched a lot of things like Nailed It. That was a good one.
Oh, Joe loves Nailed It. Do they still make those? Are there new ones?
I haven't seen one in a while, so don't know. They just used to pop up randomly, and then they would like, oh, okay, let's watch these 6 episodes.
Are there cartoons that you guys introduced to your kids that from your childhood that you wanted to make sure they saw? Like for me, I introduced Joe to Angry Beavers. You guys remember Angry Beavers from Nickelodeon?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Why not?
I have no clue. I don't remember Angry Beavers.
Angry Beavers. Yep. Nick Bakay is one of the voices, and he's got a very distinct. And the only reason I mentioned that is he was on ESPN doing funny skits every once in a while back in the it would be late 90s, early 2000s, I guess, maybe. But yeah, Nick Bakay is the voice of one of the Beavers, and I don't remember the other. But I think it's hilarious.
We ended up, Stella got in a big kick for a while with Pink Panther, and that really wasn't on purpose. It just kind of happened. Just
like old style Pink Panther?
Both. Just, you can get on YouTube and they'll just
anything Pink Panther.
Yeah, and it's just random. You got the ones with I can't think, it's somebody, I can't remember who does the voice on it, on the ones with the voice, and he starts talking and you're like, what's going on here? This isn't Pink Panther.
Yeah. I don't remember who did the voice of the Pink Panther.
Now I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, you're our Googler, little Matt. How about you, Matt? You got any cartoons that you introduced to the girls that you felt they needed to watch from your childhood, or was it?
No, but we introduced some movies, like Little Rascals. They like Little Rascals. Big fan. They like The Sandlot, so they're a big fan of The Sandlot.
Yes.
I'm trying to think, but no, but we watched some of the movies. I made Adela watch Dodgeball with me once. It was the TV edited version of Dodgeball, but
if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yes, but she didn't get some of the adult humor in there yet, which was fine. But like Hook, you like the movie Hook as well?
Oh,
yeah.
That was actually on. I turned the TV on and it was on, so I had to sit there and watch it for a little bit.
Back around, Peter. So because we did our local theater did a junior summer production of Peter Pan, so we watched Hook. It's not the same, but it's similar.
Right. Matt's looking. Look, you can tell he's computing.
Well, I can't find out who it is because it doesn't actually show it, but I know it was somebody that I had heard of before, and none of these people I've heard of before.
Huh. I don't know what to tell you, mister.
Yeah, this is
I know what you're talking about, but I can't.
Was that when they redid the Pink Panther and made the movie Pink Panther that you're thinking of?
Yep.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have to.
I remember growing up when I was little, we were gonna watch the Pink Panther movie, and I was angry. It was not a cartoon; it was a detective story.
Was that Steve Martin?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes. I was just so upset I wasn't able to watch the Pink Panther cartoon. I'm like, I don't even want to watch this anymore. And they're like, it's funny. And I'm like, no, it's not.
How did you feel when they redid The Simpsons and it was not? Not The Simpsons, The Flintstones. Sorry.
Yeah, I was not happy with the Flintstones.
The movie? Oh, I love
it. Might have been okay, but I didn't.
No, I haven't
watched
great.
it. I did not watch any of the movies. The Flintstones.
They're great. I assume it doesn't hold up well, and it would almost be worth watching just to see how much it doesn't hold up.
There's a fan theory that, how when they had the crossover between the Jetsons and the Flintstones, you remember that they had a crossover. They had I read a fan theory, and this was a few years ago, that they said that the fan theory was that the Flintstones actually happens later in time than the Jetsons. That's why the Flintstones still celebrate Christmas. That's why they have the ability to make all of these things, because they've been obliterated from like nuclear war or whatever, and just took took the world back to the Stone Age, and that the Flintstones are actually after the Jetsons. By the way, did you see? What was it, a couple years ago, Matt? We talked about this when we were in the 500 section. That George Jetson is only like 3 years old or something like that now. He was born just a couple of years ago, I think.
Oh yeah. He was. It's kind of. I think it's kind of like the Back to the Future thing. Every year, I think it says it this year. Every year you see something like, this is the Back to the Future day. And I'm like, no, it's not. That was like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Now 2020, 2025, no, it didn't include anything. Yeah. It was 2015. And then wasn't it 1885 or something like that?
Yeah.
And then 1955, and then 85 was when it all started. But yeah, George Jetson was born. Hold on,
Well, speaking of fan theories, while you looked it up,
yeah.
Did you guys watch Ted Lasso by chance?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the Ted Lasso Wizard of Oz theory?
No.
Or parallel? So I went down that rabbit hole mainly because we watched the new Wicked movie over the Thanksgiving weekend. So I went down that rabbit hole on Instagram one night. So it's basically saying that Ted Lasso is the Wizard of Oz, says that it's a modern retelling of numerous parallels. Ted is Dorothy, who's from Kansas seeking home. Rebecca's initially the Wicked Witch who reforms. Roy's the Cowardly Lion. Jamie's the Scarecrow who lacks a brain. And Beard is Toto, the faithful companion. And then they have some other characters that come into play there as well. But
then he returns to Kansas at the end.
Yeah, so it's a whole.
Sorry if I ruined it for everybody.
I've just read 2 lines there, but it was like a 4-minute Instagram reel. I just kept on going down and watching. Wow, this totally makes sense.
I had heard mention of that on something, and I never really dug into it, but I was kind of curious. So when you said that, I'm like, I remember hearing that like on an interview somewhere, and it was just like, what? Because I really liked what's his name that plays Roy?
Brett
that
Goldstein.
Guy? Yeah. But I really liked him, so I kind of followed what he was doing around for a little while, and yeah, I ended up seeing that, but I never read into it. It's pretty. Now I have something else that's going to keep me.
Yeah, see, like I'm a big Ted Lasso fan. Like that was my thing, and like I actually showed it in my leadership class that I taught. And so like actually one of the MBA course I was teaching, I actually had Ted Lasso clips every single week that kind of associated with one of what we were talking about. But then no, so I saw that and I'm like, oh, so that's
it runs parallel. I mean, you can see the logic behind it. You know what I mean? I found the George Jetson. He doesn't have an official birthday, but fans widely speculate he was born July 31st, 2022. Because the show, set 100 years after its 1962 premiere, shows him as 40 years old, placing his birth in 2022. This popular fan theory went viral around the time, though the show itself never stated his exact birth date. The date. A viral tweet in 2022 suggested July 31st, a date many fans adopted, leading to the widespread birthdays celebrated for the character. So technically, if it was July 31st, he's 3 years old right now. Because he was 40 when the show
Were there enough hardcore Jetsons fans to celebrate his birthday?
Oh, I'm sure there were some. There are hardcore fans of everything, Matt. You know this. Come on.
I mean, we're about 15 years away from getting Rosie, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
And meals in pill form.
I mean, where you just drop a little drop of water on it and a big turkey and the fixins come out. I'm gonna go fix Thanksgiving dinner. Boop. There it is. Yeah. I feel so old. I do. Well, and you know, Matt, Little Matt, you sent me the tweet or the reel of Devin Hester Jr. returning punts for Fordham. Like, they're great.
I mean, my quarterback's a grandpa, so what can I?
Yeah. Brett Favre was one too when he was in the league. I don't care, but he was. He was the only one collecting his pension at the same time he was collecting a check. That's how old he was. But he made. Brady was what, 46 or 45 when he retired?
I don't know, something like that.
And we can Google that too.
I wasn't a big Tom Brady follower. If you
yeah, I know, but I figured you knew his age.
He was 45.
45.
He
Okay.
retired in 2023.
Retired on top, didn't he? Didn't he retire as a Super Bowl champ?
Well, yeah. So he retired on February 1st, 2022, first, and then he retired a year later. Second his final retirement when he was 43. Or at 45 in 2023 at 45.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Back to the Jetsons, though, I'm kind of disappointed because there's much less talk about sprockets and cogs now.
See,
should we be
you're a true Jetson fan now? Based on, are there enough Jetson fans like me? Like, are you admitted from earlier?
Oh no, I used to love the Jetsons, but not enough to celebrate George Jetson's birthday.
Why not?
I mean, I didn't know when it was.
Well, technically, they never say. But I'm positive I saw him in a birthday hat once in a while, or a couple of episodes for his birthday. So
listen, we just got back from Orlando. There's got to be they got fans of everything out there. I don't know. I've seen grown adults walking around in Jedi gear and Harry Potter gear, like 40, 50-year-old grown,
like decked out, like high
out,
quality.
Yeah, I wasn't judging them because there wasn't just one or two of them. There's a whole mass of them that were in Harry Potter world and whatever Jedi scene or Star Wars scene we were in at the time. So
yeah, I don't judge them, but I'm like, well, you do you. I'm not gonna get all decked out in that and go into Florida.
It's 85 and you're wearing a throw rug around.
Yeah, well, they think 85's brisk.
Nobody wants to be the Wookiee.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, gentlemen, this 42 minutes flew by. Even the technical difficulties that I ran into. Good Lord, that's going to edit well. Actually, you know what? Not even bothering with it. It's playing as is.
I really hope they're watching and not listening, because you got to get the full. You got to get the full range of Sam's emotions during it.
Well, if you watch, you have to go to Spotify. Find us on Spotify. Dad Lounge by Lounge Media Group. Dad Lounge. We stream our videos. We also live stream them on Facebook as well. So you might be able to go back and find it later. If you are listening to it and say, you know what, I don't want to use Spotify, but I want to see Sam look a fool. Little Matt, jerk. You said to bring that up, huh?
No,
I hope they're watching. I hope they're watching.
I was just sitting here watching because you froze there for a split second, and I was like, it's going to happen while he's talking about it. It's going to be great.
Nope, it's not. I'm ending it right now. No. Gentlemen, thanks for letting us have a chat. Lance, hopefully he'll be back in. I want to talk about some Christmas traditions in a couple of weeks, since we're barreling ahead onto the Christmas holiday. We all celebrate Christmas, so that's what the topic will be Christmas. Growing up, and what kind of traditions and stuff we've carried over or developed as parents, because there are three or four that I can think of just off the top of my head that we've developed in the past 5 years or 7 years when we got the boys, and some that we started with Gavin, and then some that we started up with the four after we adopted them. Plus there were just some that we carried over from our childhood as well. So I figured you guys have that as well, and we can chat about that next time in Dad Lounge. So Big Matt, Little Matt, why are you laughing?
Because you froze like this.
Matt, it's been wonderful. We'll see you next time.